Patrick, look! It's a big phone prototype. It's about to revolutionize sound in films. We gotta check it out!
Yo, bro, let's go mess with it. I bet we can make it do some crazy shit.
Whoa! Look at all those wires and crap. This thing is like super advanced for 1925. I wonder what happens if we... SpongeBob accidentally knocks over the entire contraption, smashing it into pieces.
Oops, I don't think you were supposed to do that, SpongeBob. We'll never be able to talk in movies again because of you, stupid. Patty,
Oh no, what have I done? This is all my fault. We gotta fix it somehow before suddenly, the entire word goes silent. No more talking, just pantomiming and facial expressions.
Looks at SpongeBob with a shocked expression. He points at his mouth and shrugs.
Nods and pretends to cry. He points at the broken vitaphone and makes a sad face.
Shrugs and kicks a rock on the ground. He looks up at the sky with a confused expression.
Runs over to Squidward's house and pounds on the door. He makes a help gesture and points back at Patrick.
Opens the door with an annoyed expression. He sees SpongeBob and Patrick and rolls his eyes.
Ow!
Pushes Gary off and points at SpongeBob and Patrick. He makes a "what do you want" gesture.
Points at his mouth again and shakes his head. He acts like he's trying to talk but can't.
Nods and does the same. He points at the broken vitaphone in the distance and shrugs.
Looks at the destroyed contraption and throws his hands up. He stomps his foot and points at SpongeBob and Patrick and...
Ow! Picks up Gary and hugs him. He makes a thank you gesture.
Pats SpongeBob on the back. Points at the broken vitaphone and makes a "what can we do" gesture.
Thinks for a moment, then snaps his fingers. He makes a light bulb gesture and points at the pieces of the vitaphone.
Nods and starts picking up the pieces. He hands them to SpongeBob, who examines them closely.
Crosses his arms and watches SpongeBob and Patrick work. He taps his foot impatiently.
Meow, meow. Looks up at Gary and nods. He makes a "you're right" gesture and throws the pieces down in frustration.
Picks up a piece and examines it. He points at and makes a "maybe this will work" gesture.
Takes the piece from Patrick and looks at it closely. He shakes his head and hands it back.
Throws up his hands and walks away in annoyance. He points SpongeBob and Patrick's backs as he is.
Meow. Kneels down and pets Gary. He makes his "okay" gesture and picks him up.
Pats SpongeBob on the back, points at the broken vitaphone. He shrugs and makes a "maybe someday" gesture.
Nods and hugs Gary tighter. He points up at the sky and makes a hopeful gesture. Meow, meow.
Smiles and puts his arm around SpongeBob's shoulders. He points at the broken vitaphone and makes a "someday" gesture again.
Nods and smiles back. He hugs Patrick and Gary and makes a "friends forever" gesture. That's it. Meow, meow. Watches Gary go, then turns to Patrick. He points at the broken vitaphone and makes a "let's go get some Krabby Patties" gesture.
Grins and nods. He points at the Krusty Krab and makes a "love the way" gesture.
Grins back and starts walking towards the Krusty Krab. He looks back at Patrick and makes a "come on" gesture.
To SpongeBob. Puts his arm around SpongeBob's shoulders and points at the Krusty Krab.
Grins and points at the Krusty Krab sign. He makes almost a gesture and quickens his pace.
Quickens his pace too and grins back. Makes a "I'm starving" gesture and grunts his stomach.
Reaches the Krusty Krab door and opens it. He holds it open for Patrick and makes a ladies first gesture.
Grins and goes inside. He points at the menu and makes a "what do you want" gesture.
Points at the Krabby Patty picture and makes a "I want" the gesture. He rubs his stomach and licks his lips.
Nods and points at the Krabby Patty picture too. He makes a "make-it" gesture and grins.
Walks up to the counter and points at the Krabby Patty picture. He holds up the fingers and makes all have to gesture.
SpongeBob and Patrick with a confused expression. He points at his mouth and shrugs.
Nods and points at the Krabby Patty picture again. He holds up the fingers and points at Patrick.
Nods and points at the Krabby Patty picture. He holds up 2 fingers and makes a coming right up gesture.
Nods and points at the cash register. He makes a how much gesture and holds out his hands.
Points at the price on the menu and holds up 2 fingers. He makes a that much gesture and points at the cash register.
Nods and pulls out his wallet. He takes out some money and hands it to Mr. Krabs.
Takes the money and makes a thank you gesture. He points at the kitchen and makes a wait here gesture.
Nods and points at a table. He makes a wait here gesture and walks over to it.
Oh, the SpongeBob and sits down. He points at the kitchen and makes a hurry-up gesture.
Nods and points at the Krabby Patty picture. He makes a almost ready gesture and taps his foot impatiently.
Comes out of the kitchen holding 2 Krabby Patties. He points at them and makes a here you go gesture.
Grins and takes a Krabby Patty. He holds it up and makes a thank you gesture.
Takes the other Krabby Patty and grins. He holds it up and makes a thank you gesture.
Takes a big bite of his Krabby Patty. He makes a gesture and points at it.
Takes a big bite of his Krabby Patty too. He makes a Mr. Nuts.
Finishes his Krabby Patty and licks his lips. He makes a delicious gesture and pats his stomach.
Finishes his Krabby Patty too and grins. And he makes a full gesture and rubs his stomach.
Nods and points at the door. He makes a let's go gesture and stands up. Nods
Nods and stands up too. He points out the door and makes a loud the way gesture.
and walks towards the door and holds it open for Patrick. He makes an after you gesture.
Grins and goes outside. He points at the beach and makes a nice day gesture.
Nods and points at the beach too. He makes a perfect for a walk gesture and starts walking.
Oh, SpongeBob points at the sand. He makes a warm gesture and takes off his shoes.
Nods and takes off his shoes too. He points at the water and makes a refreshing gesture.
Nods and points at the water too. Makes a let's go for a swim gesture and runs towards the ocean.
Runs after Patrick and dives into the water. He makes a woohoo gesture and splashes Patrick.
Splashes SpongeBob back and grins. He makes a last one to the bottom as a rotten egg. Gesture dives down.
Down to and points at the seafloor. He makes a race you gesture and swims downwards.
Swims downwards too and points at the sea floor. He makes a Uran gesture and kicks his feet.
Kicks his feet too and swims downwards faster. He's gonna win. Gesture and points at the seafloor.
Even faster and points at the sea floor too. He makes a no way gesture and kicks his feet harder.
Reaches the seafloor first and makes I win. Gesture. He points up at Patrick and grins.
Reaches the sea floor a second later and pats. He makes a you cheated gesture and points at SpongeBob.
Laughs and makes a no I didn't. Gesture. He points at the seafloor and makes a touch of sand. Gesture.
Reaches down and touches the sand. He makes a fine you win this time gesture and points up at the surface.
Then points up at the surface too. He makes a race you back to the top. Gesture and kicks off the seafloor.
And points up at the surface. He makes a Uran gesture and swims upwards.
Swims upwards too and points at the surface. He makes a I'm gonna win again. Gesture and kicks his feet faster.
Swims even faster and points at the surface too. He makes a no way gesture and kicks his feet harder.
Breaks the surface first and makes a I win again. Gesture. He points down at Patrick and grins.
Breaks the surface a second later and pats again. He makes a you're cheating again gesture and points at SpongeBob.
Laughs and makes a no I'm not. Gesture. He points at the shore and makes a race you back to land. Gesture.
Nods and points at the shore too. He makes a you're on gesture and starts swimming.
Starts swimming toward the points at the shore. He makes a I'm gonna win again. Gesture and kicks his feet faster.
Swims even faster and points at the shore too. He makes a no way gesture and kicks his feet harder.
Reaches the shore first and makes a I win again. Gesture. He points at Patrick and grins.
Reaches the shore a second later, pats again. He makes a yellow races. That's not fair gesture and points at SpongeBob.
He can't handle the truth. Gesture. He points at himself and makes a I'm the champion. Gesture.
Fine, you win this time, Gesture. He winks at the Krusty Krab and makes a pot. I'm starving. Let's go get some more Krabby Patties, Gesture.
At the Krusty Krab, too. He makes it you read my mind. Gesture and starts walking.
He makes a hurry up. I'm wasting away to nothing. Gesture and runs his stomach.
And points at the Krusty Krab. He makes it almost there. Gesture and starts running.
Points at the Krusty Krab. He makes a faster. Gesture and runs past SpongeBob.
Gesture and points at the Krusty Krab. He makes a no way. I'm gonna beat you this time. Gesture and sprints.
Points at the Krusty Krab. He makes a U-run. Gesture and kicks his...
Krab door first and makes I win. Gesture. Hey,